Welcome back to the show. And you know, when you think of spring, well, when I think of spring, I also think of a lot of flowers. I'm not really great at growing them, but I love playing with them. And now I'm really happy because we can make our own with paper, especially since McGill came out with a whole system called the Paper Blossoms program. And it consists of a bunch of different punches that helps you make a whole bunch of different flowers. And I'll show you how easy it is. The funny thing is, some of the punches that you may already have, you can use it. For instance, okay, when you think of your snowflake punches, you think of, oh, it's just going to be for my Christmas or winter cards. But instead, what we do with the snowflake punch is it becomes what I guess what floral people refer to as the calyx of your flower. So see, I punched it in green, and we have this wonderful soft molding mat, and we have a whole little tool set with different size of stylus balls. I'm just going to use the biggest one, and this technique, by just rolling it around like that, is called cupping. And now I have my little calyx for my flower. So I'll leave that on the side. And of course, there's a regular old different leaves. And so we had already punched out a couple of leaves, and we'll leave that on the side. Now the interesting thing is, to make a rose, you're going to use a punch that is actually a pear. It's the pear shape. And it's really fun because all you're going to do is punch it out. There we go. Punch our pear. And that becomes a petal. Now this particular rose that I'm going to do requires the large pear, which is one punch, and you need 12 of them. And then there's this other set that actually has a tiny pear and something that kind of reminds you of kind of like a leaf or a calyx or a bud and a tiny leaf. But all you need to do is punch out the tiny little pear. So you're just going to need a bunch of the little pears. And you're going to need 10 of them. And you can leave your other pieces on the side for other things. Now what you do is you get your pear, like so. And you see, I'm using printed paper. You can use solid, but you know, if you look at a lot of the scrapbooking and card making, a lot of the flowers that you see are not just solid. They have texture to them. They have prints on them. So that's what I'm doing. And then I got my little pears. And you're going to do the same thing with the little pears, which is to just roll this. And it's really easy. You know, the kids can do this. It's a very simple technique. There's other things you can do besides just cupping these flowers like this, these petals. You can also, if you want to have like the veins of your flower and you want to have more of a vein down the middle, you can use the smaller part of the stylus, because it comes with 3 stylus in your toolkit. You can use like the really, really skinny one, and you can actually line it down. Or it also comes with these tweezers. And it always takes me a while the first time I pick up these tweezers, because these are those tweezers that when you squeeze it, it opens. And when you hold it, so it's good for when you're trying to hold something in place. And what you can do with these is actually, you can take your tweezers and you can kind of help use it to curl the edges. And also, you can also help use it to grab it. And you can use it. See, I'm doing that again. I always want to pinch it open. And you can use it to help shape. What you want to do is, when you're using paper to make your flowers, you want to use something that's not super, super, super thick, but also something that's not super, super thin. What happens when you're using these cardstocks, it actually, by just doing this, it actually kind of starts to soften it already. And some people say you can also kind of spritz it with water if you really want to be able to shape it even more. So we're just finishing this up really quickly. One of the best glues probably to use is Fabri-Tac because it grips really good, very fast, and it's clear. So I have my little piece here, my little calyx, and we're going to start with the large petals. So all you gotta do is take it and dip some in and put our little petal in there. And we're going to start with 6. Okay, so I have my 6. And now what I want to do is I want to actually take my other 6 large petals and I want to go in between there. And that's, I think, one of the amazing things about this Fabri-Tac is it really actually grips pretty fast. I guess that's why they call it tack, because it really tacks on really good. And see how I'm raising it? And you can kind of shape your flower any old way you want. Doesn't this look like a hibiscus? See, we invented our own flowers. Okay, so now I'm going to take my little guys, which I have 10 of them, and I'm going to just kind of put them in here. Okay, now we have the leaves. So if I wanted to, I could shape my leaf, and like I said, I could just go right down the middle to do some veins if I wanted to. But this mat, I don't know, it's just really soft and in between, so it's very giving, but it's very durable, so it's a great investment if you're going to do a lot of shaping. And see, look, you saw I just was gluing, and look, it's kind of like staying together. This one I did earlier, and it's pretty, you know, look, I can do this. If I wanted to, I could probably go back and shape it a little bit more. So this is like a flower that was made with printed paper that you can do. And although this one looks more solid, it does have some shading because of the polka dots. So the right tools, the right punches makes it a lot easier. The glue is great. And of course, the toolkit. The toolkit has all 3 different sizes, so it comes out to like 6 different sizes of styluses that you can use, plus the special tweezers. And don't forget the miracle mat. That's what I'm calling it. But this is the Paper Blossoms program, and if you like punches, you like doing things, this is the way to go. So I'm going to take a short break so I can add on my leaves, and I'll be right back.